here we got this value of that is root 2a. Then we are considering a new triangle. That is going through the body center. This is a edge length A. This value we already learned from FCC, that is root 2a. Then we have to find this. Consider another triangle. That is PQR. Anyway, we have to find QR. So QR square, applying Pythagoras theorem, will get QR square is equal to PQ square plus PR square. PQ is root 2a. Root 2a the whole square will get root 2a the whole square plus PR is a square. It will get 2a square plus a square, that is equal to 3a square. So QR equal to, what is QR? That is the square root 3a, root 3a. That is QR. Then QR, how many are? One radius, one diameter, R. There are 4 R. So what's the relation here? Here 4R is equal to root 3a. Then A is equal to 4R by root 3. We have to substitute this value of A in this equation. There is one change. What is a Z of BCC? Z is only 2 because corners and body center. 8 into 1 by 8, 1 at the body center. So what is the total value of atoms? That is 2. 2 into 4 by 3 pi r cube into 100 divided by A. A is equal to 4R by root 3 the whole cube. By substituting the value of pi, and when we calculate, we will get the value, that is 68%. That is BCC, the value is 68%. So we have learned the 3 type of arrangement: simple cubic arrangement, face-centered arrangement, BCC arrangement. We have discussed the close packing in FCC also. Here the most effectively packed arrangement is FCC because it has high efficiency, that is 74% is occupied by atoms and 26% by voids. Here second one comes BCC, and the least close packed arrangement is simple cube. Their efficiency is only 54% because the remaining are voids. That is all about the packing efficiency of the crystals. Then equation for calculating dimensions of a unit cell. Calculation of dimensions of unit cell, or we are calculating, in most of the case we are calculating the density of the unit cell. So we know the equation for calculating the density. Density is equal to mass by volume. So density of unit cell is equal to, what is that? Mass of unit cell. Mass of unit cell divided by volume of unit cell. Then how do you find the mass of unit cell? We know to calculate the Z, effective number of atoms of the unit cell. Then by knowing the atomic mass of atom, we can find the total mass of the unit cell. So mass of an atom. How will you find mass of an atom? We know the atomic mass. Atomic mass is the mass of Avogadro number, that is 6.0228 into 10 raised to 23 atoms. So mass of one atom is equal to atomic mass or molecular mass divided by Avogadro number, that is represented by Na or N0. You can use any expression, any term, Na or N0. So mass of an atom is equal to atomic mass by Na. Then total mass of unit cell, will you get then? Mass of unit cell is equal to Z into mass of one atom divided by volume. What is volume? Volume of unit cell is AQ. So Z into will give the will give density or rho for density. Here we are giving d, small d for density. Density is equal to Z into mass of one atom is atomic mass. Atomic mass is represented by M, capital M divided by Na. Na is the Avogadro number. Z into M by Na, the whole divided by AQ. Or we can write density is equal to Z M divided by Na into AQ. Using this equation, we can calculate all the dimensions of a unit cell. So that is, we can calculate density, Z, atomic mass, Avogadro number, volume and edge length. So here D is the density, Z is the effective number of atom, M is the atomic mass. If it is a molecule, we have to take molecular mass. Na, Avogadro number, is a constant having value 6.0228 into 10 raised to 23, and A cube is a volume, A is the length, edge length. So we can calculate all cell dimensions by using this equation. Next we will study about the imperfections in crystals. So we discussed all type of arrangement of atoms in unit cell, and we slightly gone through their packing efficiency, and we have to do the calculation based on this equation that we will do in another class. So here we are going to study about imperfections. What is meant by imperfection? So we learned that in solids atoms are very closely packed and it is perfectly orderly arranged. If there is any change in this perfectly ordered arrangement, that is called the imperfections. That atoms are, we already learned that atoms at the corners or maybe at face centers or at the body center, like that they are arranged. Then if some cases, some of the atoms from corners are missing or from face centers are missing, that type of imperfections are called the point defect. Or in some cases, atoms from a particular line is missing, that is called the line defect. Or from particular plane, that is called a plane defect. These all are called imperfection. So imperfection is the slightly change in the perfectly ordered arrangement of crystals. Atoms in a crystal is called the imperfections. So we can classify the imperfections mainly into two types. Imperfections is or otherwise called defects. That is a simple term used for explaining that one. Imperfect. There are two types of imperfections. That is stoichiometric imperfection or stoichiometric defect, or non-stoichiometric defect. Stoichiometric defect and a non-stoichiometric defect. What is meant by stoichiometry of a compound? For example, we are taking calcium chloride. What is its stoichiometry? Here, this is positive atom and this is negative. Here calcium and chlorine are in the ratio 1:2. 2. That is the stoichiometry of this compound. Or in H2O, and the ratio 2:1. Or in sodium chloride, and the ratio 1:1. So, stoichiometry is a simple ratio of different type of atoms present in a compound. It is a simple ratio of different type of atoms present in a compound. So, after occurring the defect, that is after missing or after moving some of the atom, if there is no change in the stoichiometry, that is a ratio of atoms in the compound, or there is no change in its formula, that type of defects are called a stoichiometric defect. That is, after occurring the defect, if there is no change in the ratio of atoms according to the chemical formula, that type of defect is called stoichiometric defect. Then if there is change in the formula, that is after occurring the defect, the ratio may affect some of the ions decreases more than other. For example, iron oxide. Normal compound, they are in the ratio 1:1. Then some iron oxides are represented like this. Fe.98 and O. That means some of the iron atoms are missing. So that defect affect their formula or ratio of their atoms in the compound. That type of defects are called a non-stoichiometric defect. So first we will discuss about stoichiometric defect. So once again I will say, defects or imperfections are the change in the actual ordered arrangement of crystal. There are two types of imperfections or defects, that is stoichiometric defect and non-stoichiometric defect. In stoichiometric defect, after occurring the defect, there is no change in the chemical formula of the compound. There are there are three, but we are discussing only two. There are two important types of stoichiometric defect, that is Schottky defect and Frenkel defect. Stoichiometric defect is the defect after occurring this defect, there is no change in the formula. There is no change in the ratio of atoms according to the chemical formula. So first one we are going to discuss is Schottky defect. So name of scientist, that is Schottky. Schottky defect is normally shown by ionic crystals. That is the first condition. Then it is not shown by all ionic crystals. Second condition, ionic crystals with high coordination number. We already studied the coordination number. Normally 6 or 8, coordination number 6 or 8 or above that are showing Schottky defect. Then third condition, one more condition is there. It's an ionic crystal, so there is a cation, positive charge ion, and anion, negative charge ion. In most of the case, we know that anions are formed by accepting electrons from other atoms, so their charge is slightly higher than cations. If there is not much difference between the size, then only they will show Schottky defect. That is almost same size, not always same, almost same size of cation and anion. These are the three conditions to exhibit Schottky defect. Schottky defect is normally shown by ionic crystals with high coordination number and almost same size of cation and anion. That is a condition to exhibit Schottky defect. Next we are going to study what is Schottky defect. So definition wise, Schottky defect is the complete missing of equal number positive and negative ion from the crystal. So it is a complete missing of equal number of cation, positive charge ions are called cations, cation and anion from the crystal lattice. So when we observe a part of the crystal, we can find that equal number of positive and negative ions are completely missing. We cannot find out anywhere there. Completely missing from the crystal lattice. That is called the Schottky defect. So I will simply draw a picture. Here I am drawing only 2 dimension. You know the actual crystal structure. Here simply I am drawing. So this is before defect. This is after defect. Positive, negative, there is a perfectly ordered arrangement before the defect. Negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, like that. This is the perfect crystal. Then after the defect, some of the cations are missing. Positive, so here one of the negative ion is missing from here and one of the positive ion is also missing from there. They are completely missing. As a result, here vacant space, that is called voids, are formed.